Good morning. It's Vijay here. Today is Monday, 27th October 2025. Welcome to yet another episode of Pre-Market Commentary. Today we will talk about bubbles. I believe a big bubble is being formed. This is only the beginning of a bubble. And how do we handle these kind of issues? While I'll have a longer discussion on this coming Sunday, but let's start at the beginning. Let's start with small introduction. The biggest guys as make money out of bubbles. If you identify a bubble quickly at the early stages, that is when you get the maximum returns. If you go back to 91, 92, the bubble started forming only in the last 3 months, the first quarter, that is January, February, March. Prior to that, the markets were bullish. Where the bubble burst in April. And same thing in 2000 in the dot-com bubble, while the markets were bullish since June 1999, in fact, in 1998, you could say. But the last 3 months, which was January, February, and March, was the when the actually went into a large bubble. So you have had these two for reference. Then you had 2008, the bubble was being formed sometime in 2006, and in India, especially in 2006-7, and we went into bubble territory only in the last 2 months of 2007 and the first month of 2008, and then all three bubbles burst. Subsequent to that, we have really not had a bubble, you could say. Markets have been highly overvalued. So in a bubble, what happens is the markets get extraordinarily overvalued, that even the skeptics join into the buying spree, and that is when the bubble bursts. Today, a lot of skeptics, people still look at fundamentals, people look at technicals, people are scared to invest in this market because they feel it is highly overvalued. Yes, it is highly overvalued, but still we are not exactly in the really in a fully grown bubble territory. It's very difficult to identify that, but you will get some signs of how bubbles get formed. So I just quote George Soros here, where he says, "When I see a bubble forming, I rush in to buy, adding fuel to the fire." So he loves bubbles. A lot of major traders, investors love bubbles. Only thing is, very few people get out of it. People like George Soros have done that and made their money by trading bubbles. So, what are the cues this morning? Last week, we had, as I mentioned yesterday, we did well. But if you really look at what happened vis-a-vis on the week, other global markets, though we went up by 0.33 on Nifty and about Sensex, same thing, 0.3% over the week. Yet we were nowhere near what happened globally. Dow Jones went up by 2.2%, Nasdaq went by 2.3, S&P almost closed 1.92% higher. In Europe, it was FTSE which went up 3%. In Asia did extraordinarily well. Kospi went up by 5%. Then you had Hang Seng going up 3.6%, and Shanghai was up 2.88%. Incidentally, on Friday, all the three major indices in the US made all-time highs: Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and S&P. This morning, the Dow Jones futures are up because of what happened over the weekend, which we discussed yesterday. Basically, there is a contour of a deal between China and US, is what the Treasury Secretary says, but we still don't know from the Chinese side as to what the contours of the deal are. But the markets are waiting for such, flimsy information, and they start getting into the buying act. And today we see the Dow futures, Nasdaq futures, and S&P futures, all of them up significantly. In Japan, we have again got a new high. We had a new high last week. Today it's gone up by 1,100 points, a new high. Kospi made an all-time high. S&P, Singapore is trading close to all-time high. European markets are also close to trading all-time highs, and even India also has gone somewhere close to that. But we are the laggards globally. So while we may fret and fume as our fundamental, the entire world is enjoying the beginning of a bubble. I believe that this is just the beginning. I believe a very, very strong upward trend will be there in the equities markets. There will be a lot of volatility, and that's how bubbles burst. The volatility will start. As of now, we are not seeing real big volatility in the global markets. We will see, and finally, it will end with a euphoria where it will pull every single person in. Hopefully, we will not get pulled. Honestly, I've escaped the 1992 bubble and 2000 bubble. We capitalized on both of the bubbles and the 2008 bubble. Hopefully, we'll capitalize on the 2026 bubble or 25-26 bubble. Lots of good news geopolitically. Apart from the US-China trade deal, we have Malaysian PM saying at the ASEAN summit that is going to conclude the Asia-ASEAN-India trade goods agreement by this year. So real progress has been made on the free trade agreement. Piyush Goyal, our commerce minister, is in Europe. He's in Brussels, Belgium, between October 27 to 29, that is today and tomorrow, to talk about the Indo-EU trade deal. So some good news coming for India there. And then the Chinese embassy spokesperson announced that the direct flights are now a reality between India and China. So from Kolkata, and you will have flights going into China today, and from Guangzhou, they will be coming back to India. And direct flights between Shanghai and New Delhi are starting on November 9th. So all said and done, it's very good news. So what happened last week, what happened on Friday is forgotten, because today we are looking at a good opening of 107 points. As I was mentioning yesterday, generally when the month is bullish, the worst happens only in the penultimate week before the settlement. So this is settlement week. So whatever bad had to happen happened last week. So we should see something good. The bubble, the mini bubble, you can say, may get burst on 30th when China president and US president meet. But till then, I think people are going to have fun, and I think we should not hesitate to join in the fun. So what are the kind? Today is also the Vodafone. As far as stocks are concerned, today is the Vodafone hearing. We have we have taken a punt on that, thinking that it will come in favor of Vodafone idea, and so that we will know whether Supreme Court, let's say, announces something or it gets postponed as it happened last 3 times. So we are keeping our fingers crossed. What other stocks to watch? As I mentioned yesterday, Kotak Mahindra Bank came with results not really good, but there is a talk of Kotak Mahindra taking over IDBI Bank. So there may be some interest in IDBI Bank more than Kotak Bank. Coforge came with very good results. Latent View also came with good results. The EBIT is up by about 12%. Then e-clerk services also margin is good at 27%. LIC has refuted the allegations of Washington Post. So people may actually end up buying LIC today. Ola Electric may be jacked up because they are planning to put in raise 1,500 crores. So that is actually not good for the investors, but you never know nowadays. People just buy when somebody is raising money. Bharat Rasayan, the stock split today, is a good company. We used to own it at one time, but we no longer hold it. And on the negative side, Dr. Reddy Labs results are not that great, and what Revlimid cliff has started, which means the income will start reducing from the sale of Revlimid. SBI cards, the Q2 PAT is not that great. Supreme Petrochem also not great results. Zentech down, revenue down by about 28%. Shishai Sai Paper also revenue down by about 21%. So we have hits and misses. Hits in you can say Cofor, Latent View, e-clerks, Bharat Rasayan, misses in Dr. Reddy, Kotak Bank, SBI cards, and Zentech. And of course, there is some controversy on TCS that something has happened as far as their cyber attack, but they are saying that it is not true. So TCS also will be in focus. So I am saying the bubble is beginning. So let's all enjoy the bubble, but one has to be careful. We are cautious. Normally, I don't like to trade in this kind of markets. Day trading is really very difficult. If you have a little bit longer view, you will make money. Let's see what we can do on day trading. I'm very nervous going into day trading today because volatility will be really the order of the day. Let's see whether we can do something as far as day trading is concerned. But I would be happy to carry forward positions. So whatever you do today, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining me.